What is the biggest misconception about being an influencer?
The biggest misconception of being an influencer is that it's not hard work.
If you're actually doing it as a business, it never stops. You never sleep. Content, baby, content, okay?
It's all fake. Right off the bat, you just think that, and it's not always true. Some things are actually really real.
That it's all superficial and materialistic. I think there's power in your community, and it's something special to celebrate.
That it's an easy job.
If it looks effortless, then we're doing our job well.
I think if you're really good at it, you make it look like it's really easy, like most things in life, but it is actually a lot of work in terms of planning and timing and editing, and if you're doing it all on your own like me, it's an incredible amount of work.
Is that we don't work. You should owe it to creators because we do a lot of things behind the scene.
It's so easy and glamorous. There's so much behind the scenes that you guys do not see, which is probably like 95% of it.
People think it's really easy. We put in a lot of work. Pictures all day.
Yeah. There's this misconception that they're unapproachable and you can't really talk to them very much, but you can definitely find your community of people. A lot of people think that influencers are very out of touch sometimes and they're not down to earth. It's really interesting because a lot of people that I meet sometimes can be very grounded. You find like really nice people that you're able to connect with.
We're not real people. I don't know. We're a person behind the camera. We have feelings, thoughts, and emotions. So just be kind, you know?
People think that everything is just given to us because they think that our lives are brand trips, PR deals, that we are these rich celebrities, that everything is handed to, and we live in like this life of luxury. And they don't see the actual hard work that goes into building a brand and building an online presence. And you really do have to love and care about what you're doing, because at the end of the day, sometimes nobody cares. It's just you.
People assume that you're putting on an act for everything you do in your life because of the way that influencers are perceived. And as someone who likes to express themselves, not only on the internet, but in everyday life through the way I dress and through the work that I do, through design and through comedy, it's really just an extension of who I am, that I'm just using social media as an outlet to be able to share that with everyone.
There's a lot that comes with content creating, like creating new ideas, looking up trends, like seeing what works for you, and also being able to be there for yourself and your community. It takes a lot of time and effort, which is really enjoyable and rewarding, but it's not the easiest thing to do.
What did you learn the most from being an influencer?
It can really make a difference. Even though you feel like you're just throwing something out in the abyss and there's all these anonymous people responding, it makes a real life difference for folks.
To set boundaries and to give yourself grace to have time off. You do not need to capture every single moment of your life.
Be patient, take things day by day. Not everything looks the same, and to give yourself some grace. I think that's the biggest thing, because work looks different. The world can be very hard on you, so you need to be gentle with yourself.
Every day you learn something about yourself.
I think one of the biggest things I've learned being an influencer now since the dark ages of YouTube, since 2009 is when I started my career, is that while it is really great to niche up really hardcore and you will grow faster and you will have bigger numbers, I don't necessarily recommend it for the quality of your life as a creative. So that's something that I've learned over the years, is that it's okay to do more than one thing. It's serving you, you know?
I've had my YouTube channel for almost 10 years now, and I would say the biggest learning that I have is stop comparing yourself to other people. I think it's a good lesson in life in general, but especially in the influencer community, there's really no benchmark. And so you could be 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you could be man or woman, and really you are gonna have your growth moment when it's right for you. Don't compare yourself to other influencers. Being an influencer has taught me to not be so concerned about how other people perceive me, because I can put out something, create content, and it be like, oh yeah, I look good in this, I feel good in this, and then the response is like, yeah. But then I'll put something that I'm like, oh, I don't like my hair, I don't like this, I don't like the lighting, and it blows up, and it's like super popular and everybody loves it. So it really doesn't matter what people think about you. Just do what you do, be true to yourself, and just go.
It's constantly changing and you have to evolve and grow
and be strong.
I am speaking to an audience, so it's important to just keep that in mind that you're speaking to people that look to you for advice or for influence, and that's an important thing to think about when you're making content.
You have to put a lot of work and dedication to it. You can't just give up. There's going to be a lot of no's, and don't ever compare yourself to anyone else, and always learn to use your own voice.
I've learned to be more vulnerable with what I'm going through. When I'm more vulnerable, it helps me really like process my feelings and emotions. I'm growing while I'm also connecting with other people, so it's a win-win for both of us.
No one's gonna give me anything. I have to do everything myself. I am the editor, I am the model, I'm the talent, I am the manager, I'm just advertising, I'm everything. And I have to really depend on myself because nobody's gonna wake me up and say, you gotta go to the gym, you need to edit that video, you need to do this. Everything is done by me, and that was one of the hardest things I had to learn. Learning to bet on myself and being able to learn so many different tools and ways to do things that have actually helped me with the potential jobs that I want to get, and being able to empower myself to put myself in a position to get these jobs that I've always wanted without ever having to seek permission, which I think is so liberating about all this work that we do on social media. Whether you're a content creator, you're an influencer, or you're an artist, you're just putting yourself out there for people to see you and to show yourself in the way that you want to be viewed, and it's being able to create your own opportunities. It's the best! I feel like getting out of my shell. I feel like there are times where I just want to be by myself, but it's definitely helped me to open up and meet a lot of great other content creators and even brands too that I love supporting.
The big difference that I've learned through the years, and I tried to be an influencer and then tried to be a creator, that is a big difference between being an influencer and being a creator, content creator. Because you can create absolutely stunning content and have tons of it, but if you don't work every day, if you don't actually put out your mind in it and your time in it, and you edit and you post and you interact with your audience and you do all this stuff, you're not going to be an influencer. So yeah, content creation is one thing and art is one thing, influencing is different, and that should be appreciated. Like, both of them should be appreciated. It's just different stuff.
Community in real life is actually really important, and I think a lot of us can agree, like going to events and meeting new people like is really important for me to like get to know people more outside of just seeing them online, and building those connections in real life, not just like business relationships but also making new friendships. Being here today with Wei, celebrating her birthday, and just making sure that I'm able to make those meaningful connections that will take myself and everyone around me further into our careers, because we can't do this alone, and it helps to have a community to support everyone around you.